So is SoFi too expensive? I'm sure none of us believe that, especially what we have witnessed in the last few days or few weeks, and honestly feels like over a year. Well, hang on, because what I'm sharing, I'm sure you will like it. And do me a favor and please comment below and share your thoughts on what kind of price action we are going to see from SoFi in your opinion in the coming days. Because believe it or not, we are getting close, and in just a second, I'll explain what I mean. So in the last few days, we have seen what I call the worst in the stock market, but this is a video about SoFi. So let's bring our focus on SoFi and let me share a few things that is taking place with the stock. And if you like the video, then please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing. And if you would like some deep analysis on SoFi stock on a day-to-day basis, then consider joining our Patreon and Discord because we have some amazing members who share so many details about SoFi and the market, which I bet you cannot find anywhere else. A huge thank you to everyone on the Discord for keeping it real. Omar, Fletch, Chris, Mishak, and so many more members, and all of you, you know who you are. Thank you for contributing to our community. And for those who would like to join, links are in the description below. Now, what I'm sharing with you today might come as a surprise to you. What if I say that SoFi stock is too expensive? You won't believe me, but charts are telling me that SoFi is getting too expensive for certain options. I'll share a few charts and some data which technically I'm not allowed to because I might get in trouble. So I'm sharing just a small screenshot and we'll go quickly. So take a look at this chart right here on your screen. I'm going to make it big so you can see. The stock, of course, we know is really down, but there is one metric that is going up, which is how volatile the stock is. Now, this chart represents stock volatility in the last 10 days, which is the white line that you see over here. This is all 10-day volatility. 30 days, which is orange line, 50 days, which is green line, and 100-day, which is pink line. Now, if you pay attention, the white line, which is 10-day, is above from any other trend lines right now. Right here, if I zoom in, you can see that the white line is trending a little bit higher than any other trend lines. Now, this means that if you were to buy an option, you will be paying higher prices as compared to end of December, which was just a few days ago. This will be the time, in my opinion, to sell options because of the volatility range, and it kind of shows on the chart. So now pay attention to this over here. So if you notice here, the top is all the calls on SoFi and bottom is all the puts on SoFi. And if you pay attention right here, see in the last few days, we had a lot of put activity that happened, but they're all green. That means people were selling puts in this range. Over here, if you notice, we have very less green activity on calls. That means people were more buying calls. Now, people, those who are buying calls, in my opinion, will be paying a little bit higher prices because where the stock is. Now, total open interest for puts is about 63,000. So as you can see, we have a lot of call action. Of course, we have 0.154 million calls open right now, and we have about 63,000 puts that is open right now or that are open right now. But a lot of last few days have been where all the puts were being sold right here, as you can see in the activity chart over here, while calls were kind of divided. We had more people buying the calls, then we had more people selling the calls, then buying, and then buying as well over here. So this is really interesting because it's call and put. So the red and the green is kind of negative. So green means over here when you're buying, and then green means over here when you're selling because it's a put side. So now I'm going to show you some of the option contract which are really, really popular. So this is the data that directly came on Friday. So as you can see, as of Friday, the highest interest or open interest, which is right here as we can see, are for February, 18th February, and 17.5, and of course $20 call. We have about 23,000 open interest, and we have about 21,000 open interest. But what's really interesting is if you go over here on the 18th March 2022, the $15 call right here, I'm going to highlight it right here, 18th March and $15 call right here. We have about 20,675 open interest, but look at the volume. The volume is about 5,000. This is the highest volume of call that we have for any of the other contracts. So the contract is really, really popular. The other one that's second, I would say popular, is right here, as you can see, on April 14th, $17.5 call, which is right here, as you can see. This is the most popular one. We have about 14,000 open interest, but look at the volume. The volume is about 10,000, 9,992, which is amazing. And of course, it has a 9% change in the last on Friday when the stock was going down. So these are some very popular option contract. On the put side, of course, we have some huge open interest and volume that's taking place, but I wanted to bring your attention on the call side because look what people are mainly betting at. They're betting on April 14, $17.5 call for SoFi. We have about 14,000 open interest, but look at the volume. About 10,000 is the volume on that particular strike price for that particular date, which is of course very, very bullish. Now let me share some options contract that were traded on Thursday and Friday of last week. So this is the data right here for that. So as you can see, we have about SoFi 14th April 17.5 call, and you can see 14th April, so many contracts traded for 17.5 call right here. 1,000, these are the number of contracts, 711 contract, 370,000, and we have people betting huge amount, 130K, 91K, 47K, 53K, and then we have 14th April. 14th April seems to be a very popular date, along with the strike price of 17.50 and of course the 15 strike price. Then we have some short-term contract that took place, but short-term contracts are all puts if you pay attention over here. We have 4th Feb right here, 13.50, but they all are put right here. We have 14th Jan, that's also put. So short term, people are saying that, you know what, the stock can even go further down. That's why they are dealing with puts. But long term, they are confident that the stock is going to go up. This was Thursday. This is Friday. And as you can see, Friday, we had more contract that basically opened up. So this is 20 January 2023, which is a leap contract for $15 put right here. And somebody kind of bought 1,400 contracts, which is like a huge amount, around 700K of huge amount. And this, of course, is selling that they will be probably trading, in my opinion, because I also traded some back in August when volatility was really, really high. It was really good time to kind of trade that contract because I was getting a huge premium, almost 60% return on my money. That's why I kind of traded December 2023, $15 contract, 100 of them, and I'm still up on that. Rest, everything, I'm down, and I'll explain in 1 second. But then we have another contract for 15 July. We had a $15 call, we have a 12.50 call, and then we had another leap call, as you can see, 20th Jan, and over here, $15 call. So very mixed batch right here, but as you can see, if you compare apples to apples, we have more people, those who are bullish on SoFi in the long run, post-April or March, than we have in the short term. Short term, people are seeing that we could get more pain. So as we can see that more and more folks are being bullish on the contract, and then there are investors like myself. As I said, I'm holding over 200 contracts on both calls and puts, and the only thing I have in green is the puts that I sold back in August when the volatility was much higher. All the other are down big time, but we still have a lot of time, so I'm not concerned a bit. So the next thing I want to show you is the chart. Now, I know that all of us have different opinion on the chart, but this is what I see, and I'm giving you my opinion. So over here, the yellow line that you see, it's basically a very, very hard support line in my opinion at about 1378. We have tried to flirt with this number many times, but we have bounced back. We have of course gone down a few cents right here, but we have always of course bounced back in the coming days. I really hope that we maintain this support line. We can go down, as you can see, we can go down to about 1250, 1260, 1270. We may touch that level again, but I feel we have the support about between $12 and $13 and around, I would say 1250 or 1350. We have this huge support line. Now, in my opinion, I don't think we'll go down below that, but knowing what the Fed is going to announce or the CPI data that's going out, there is nothing that's out of question right now. And that is why I'm being very, very careful on how I'm trading SoFi. I haven't made any trade on SoFi up until now. Whatever I have is my stock and of course the options that I have open. Now, I am looking into buying more calls when we get that final signal from the Fed on January 26th about the interest rate, because I think before a day or two before that, market is going to go crazy, anticipating what Fed might release, what they might announce. And that'll be the interesting time, in my opinion, to get into companies like SoFi, which I strongly believe in the long run. So my initial investment in the company was on the company for its products, services, and the value it creates for its users. I did not even know about Bank Charter or any other catalyst. I played some options on the Charter news, and they're hurting, and I'm sure yours as well if you open them in the last few months. But I'm confident on the company about their future and not worried at all. Now, some of you have asked, what if they don't get the Bank Charter? So where I think it'll really suck for SoFi in the short term if they don't get the Bank Charter is Bank Charter will get them access to cheaper capital. That means cheaper rate, and without Charter, they will have to borrow the capital from other banks. So now with the interest rates going up in the coming months, they will need to borrow money at high rates from other banks, and they will not be able to pass those savings to their members, which will kind of not good for the members. So I really hope they do get the charter in time so members can benefit from these rising interest rates, which I'm positive that they will. So here's what I have for you today. And if you like the video, then please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing so you don't miss out on future videos. And for more one-on-one conversations, consider joining our Discord and Patreon for trade alerts on many more stocks, some of which I talk about on this channel all the time. Some just come across as technical plays, which we are quick in and out. As always, a pleasure to share all of this with you. Until next time, you all have a sparkling day.